intro. Then my old empty bedroom. I'm super excited. Finally moved into a new spot. I filmed the whole process, so there will be several moving vlogs coming soon. It was definitely a pain in the butt to get done. So I'm excited to bring you guys a little empty apartment tour. And then I was inspired by Jenny over the channel Where I Live last summer. I saw her do a video kind of talking through some of her like apartment home decor inspiration. So that was a cool idea for the video because I feel like I get a lot of questions about where I get inspiration or like what photos inspire me when it comes to decorating. So I'm gonna be kind of sharing that a little bit later in the video, which I'm excited about. Please keep in mind, it has been a journey to get to where I'm at today. The first ever apartment I lived in New York City was a 2-bedroom with 6 girls. I literally lived in a crawl space where I couldn't even fully sit up. My head would hit the ceiling if I tried to sit up. Just a single mattress in a communal living space. And then right here is the space that I am renting. Yeah. Welcome to my humble abode. Mattress. And then this over here is all their storage area. The only place for me to store my clothes is here, so I've been using these, and then the rest I just kind of tried to lay out in neat piles. And then my shoes are here, my toiletries, etc. And so it's a little awkward because if people are in the kitchen or in the living room. The last apartment here in New York was a railroad apartment with this roommate who was not kind and just very messy. And to get to my bedroom, I'd have to walk through her bedroom every single time to like go out to like the kitchen or the bathroom, and it'd be so awkward. Like I'd have to go through her room. It was miserable. So it has been a journey to get to where I am today. So if you're out there and you're in a crappy living situation, I promise it does not have to be forever. Eventually there will be some growth and change in your life. So just hold on for the ride. I feel like this past year was definitely a journey of figuring out like what's important in my life at the moment. And so much of that is like my home space, because I am home 98% of the time, having a place that feels comfortable and my own, and a place where I can like work and film and do all these other things that I used to like rent out in other places. And since I'm no longer doing that, like all that now is basically just my apartment. And this new apartment, it's crazy. It's not that much more expensive than where I'm currently at because there was these net effective rates. So we got like 2 months free, and it was just like a really, really good COVID deal. I talk about it a little bit in my apartment hunting video if you want to check that out. So today's sponsor, I'm going to tell you guys real quick before I show you guys the new apartment, is Wealthfront. As I mentioned in other financial related videos, I think Wealthfront is a incredible option if you're just looking to invest more hands off. I know learning to invest and kind of like approaching your finances can be intimidating and overwhelming, but it does not have to be. There's decades of data that show that investing in a diverse portfolio of low cost index funds is an incredible way to put your savings to work, especially like down the road. If I do want to one day hopefully purchase real estate instead of just renting like I'm currently doing, I think slowly investing now in index funds to take out in many years down the road is a great way to just put my savings to work. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but Wealthfront is, and they can do that work for you. They make investing easy and accessible. Wealthfront has a very design-friendly interface too. Again, if you're a beginner, such a game changer. There are quite a few financial firms out there that don't have great interfaces and are really difficult to kind of navigate and figure out, whereas Wealthfront has got it crisp and clean. They can help you automate your investments. So let's say you want to start slowly investing, but you don't really know how much to put in, what to do. They can basically help you kind of create this passive approach to investing, which means you don't have to do the actual work. Their software basically will automatically invest for you in these kind of low-cost, diversified portfolios. They also have a range of investment accounts depending on your risk tolerance, everything from general savings to saving towards your retirement. So if you want to get better with your finances and investments, check out Wealthfront. I'm a big fan of theirs. Forgot to mention this, but you only need $500 to open up an investment account and they will take care of the rest. Their annual management fee is only 0.25%, and you can get your first 5K managed for free using the link in the bio. And that is our sponsor for today. Very excited to be able to work with them. So without further ado, I'm gonna head on over and bring you guys to the new apartment, show you guys around, and kind of talk a little bit more about decor inspiration. So you start on the ground floor and walk up a set of steps here to the big room. Over here, you've got a nice little coat closet. The first bathroom is down here. And I'm doing this at night, so obviously it's a bit dark, but she's looking good. So the previous owner left some items behind, which is pretty incredible that we don't have to worry about a couch and a dining room table, as well as some kitchen appliances. I'll definitely get some more shots during the day, but I wanted to get a just empty tour before the movers come. Look at all this space. This is insane. So now we go up to the second floor. There is access to the roof. There's a little sunroof up there. Okay, I don't know why I still have this on. Oh, nice mirror right when you walk in. And then here is the second bathroom. I'm obsessed with the black. I feel like the black is so chic. And there is a washer and dryer in here, which is crazy to me. So after the bathroom, there's another coat closet here, which is great storage. Here is the smaller room, which will be Natalie's room. There's a nice closet right here. The bed frame was left behind. And then the cutest little balcony, which is such a bonus. As you can see, it's like super snow covered at the moment. Finally, here's my room. Again, a few pieces have been left behind, which I'm not mad about. This TV, this chair, and it is so spacious in here. It's definitely significantly bigger than my last spot. I mean, hello, look at this closet, and I'm only paying just a couple $100s more because the New York City market is absolutely crazy right now. So that's how my apartment looks currently at nighttime. The mover's about to come and I'm about to have a bunch of boxes to fill up the space and kind of officially move in. Tonight's the first night where I'm sleeping in here, which is kind of crazy. So let's get to moving. Hello. For me, slightly in the future, give or take, by a couple days. I'm more moved in than when you saw in that last clip. So I wanted to sit down with you guys and kind of look through some decor apartment inspo as I start to kind of figure out what I want this apartment to look like. I got my laptop here and my phone, and I'm basically gonna just go through some of my own inspiration, where I find inspiration, how I kind of like start to think about decorating, because I know it can be a daunting task to kind of figure out like how to make a space look the way you want it to look, or like look cool and fit your style. So first and foremost, where do I find my inspiration? I find it primarily from Pinterest. I've been a Pinterest gal for many a year. I love just like collecting thoughts and inspiration there, and so that's definitely a big one for me. So I have a couple different boards. I have one that's just dedicated to like apartments in general. I have one that's dedicated to my bedroom, one that's dedicated to wall art that I like, and then one that me and Natalie have together to kind of figure out what decor we collectively like. I feel like these days I kind of want to like switch up my overall apartment decor. I think what's helpful for me is actually looking at kind of just like inspiration photos in general, because I feel like when I kind of have an idea for like the decor inspiration, so like wall art specifically, it's easier to kind of figure out the rest of the pieces to go with it. So in my board with Natalie, I pinned quite a few random just art pieces in general that wouldn't necessarily correlate great onto like an on-the-wall type of art display, but just like the overall like vibe of it, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's really helpful to kind of figure out like, okay, what color schemes do I gravitate towards? What kind of just like style and like genre do I like? Because I usually will end up tying together with a lot of other pieces. Like once I kind of figure out art that I enjoy, I think it's easier to figure out like the pillows that'll go with it, or the other little knickknacks that the room will kind of like have alongside it. So here's a little scroll down my wall art page of just some stuff my eye has gravitated towards. Jenny joked about this too, but I feel like I always end up pinning things where I'm like, I don't live in an Italian villa. Like never will my space look like what I'm pinning. But you know, sometimes it's just so beautiful they can't resist. Like I'm never gonna have a space that looks like this, but like I would take all those windows in a heartbeat. Or like this, like are you kidding me? I literally live in New York. Like why do I think I'm gonna have a floor length library? Some of it's just unrealistic, but it's fun to look. It's fun to dream. And then there's other times that I pin things because there's very specific things I like. For example, this gal I follow on Instagram too, she has the cutest style, and while again my room's not gonna look like this, and I love this bookshelf in the back, and so I pinned it to keep in mind that I want to get a floating bookshelf like that and maybe put a plant on top. Here's another photo of it as well. And I feel like a lot of the photos that I end up saving, I save just because I like the overall like vibe, aesthetic, for lack of better terms. What was fun to do with Natalie is we both kind of added in our different styles. It's helpful if you have a roommate who also enjoys decor to make sure you guys are kind of on the same wavelength. I also find it helpful to kind of pin different like setups on desks or shelves or color schemes, because sometimes you can have like your bedside table or you buy a new bookshelf and it's kind of like, okay, how the heck do I actually decorate it to make it look cool? And I a lot of times find inspiration from like seeing how somebody put like a candle next to a lamp next to a set of books and looks cuter than I might have figured out fully on my own. I also like looking at people's gallery walls on Pinterest to kind of get inspiration of like how they paired together different color schemes, how they set up the art on the actual wall to like look a certain way. For some reason I pinned so many damn dinner party photos. I think I'm just really excited to finally have a dining table. And so even just seeing the way people set up, you know, their candles and their food and like set a whole little mood for the evening, I love to look at. Again, like I gravitate towards certain things like, okay, I pinned these chairs a million times, like maybe that means something. I'm quite a fan. Or even just like the carpet here with this couch color I think is super cute. Or like this little East Village poster I think is really cute for potential decor. So here are also a whole bunch of different layouts that I really like and design I like for a little inspo for you. Long. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been really fun for me to kind of document this apartment process. As usual, thanks so much for watching and thanks again to Wealthfront for sponsoring this video. Until next time, bye-bye.